Hey, yo, what up, man? It's your boy Lloyd Banks.
It's the Talk of New York, Tony Yayo, the most hated, TOS.
You're now locked in right here, the MVRemix. You know how it goes down, boy. TOS. Yeah. It's a G, you net.
Yeah.
www.MVRemix.com. We come from a place, an environment where certain things just exist. You know, like nobody's gonna take disrespect on no angle from anybody. Like not even my moms or my grandmoms. Like my grandmoms will curse you the fuck out if you deserve to. You understand what I'm saying? Like, be in the supermarket and other ladies pushing her cart and it rolls over my mother's foot and she don't say excuse me, she might get a can or something in her face. Like these are things that happen, and you can't do nothing but expect anything. You can't expect anything less or more. Like it is what it is. And I just feel like the time and day in music today, the aggression is being looked at as the problem. Mm-hmm. We're dealing with problems every day. Look at the Sean Bell situation.
Yeah.
Like, I got my closest friends that have been murdered on the rise to the top. So people only see the success. They don't understand what goes on in between time. And I just feel like some stories, you know, that should be heard, like my best friends that have been murdered or doing 25 or 45 years in prison. I feel like their stories are just as relevant and important as anybody else's. And, you know, and I just feel like everybody's not pushing that message and you know, ducking reality. And I'm not in denial.
So do you feel, though, that the climate of music has changed as a result? I mean, sort of 2003 was really big for G-Unit and a more aggressive rap sound, whereas now it's kind of gone towards sort of a watered-down, down-south feel. Do you feel that G-Unit is still as relevant as you were a few years back?
Yeah, I feel like... I mean, let me answer one thing. I feel like we're still relevant because if you go to noticed.I and you look at our mixtapes, you look at Elephant in the Sand, they got over 1 million downloads in a couple of days. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? You look at Elephant and you look at Return of the Body Snatchers, that got over 1 million downloads. So that just tells you 1 million people went on the computer to go get our mixtape both times. That's 2 million people for work, for bodies of work that we're just giving you for free. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, one thing about G-Unit, I feel like we paved the way for every artist in the mixtape game because we're the artists that monopolize the most. We're still relevant. We're definitely still relevant in the mixtape game. You know, and the proof is in the pudding from noticed.I, how we can put out a mixtape and it can sell more than the guy's album. Mm-hmm. We're giving it to you for free. We're giving it to you for free. We got another mixtape coming out called with DJ Drama and DJ Who Kid, the two of the biggest DJs, one from the South, one from New York City, Blood in the Gangster's Grill. I guarantee that's going to sell crazy. You know what I mean? We took a song from Elephant in the Sand. I mean, you know, from Elephant in the Sand, Rider Part 2. That was on a mixtape. That was Trojan Radio picked it up. Mm-hmm. So we took a freestyle record that we didn't even have no plans of making that an album cut. That made it to an album because it got radio spins, BDS spins, with nobody touching it, just because people liked it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's a catch-22 with G-Unit. I think sometimes, you know, girls want to hear Calm from Banks, but next time they want to hear Playboy Part 2, a more aggressive record. And then, you know, they want to hear 21 Questions from 50, but they want to hear Guns come out or What Up Gangsta from 50. Or they want to hear Curious from me, but at the same time they want to hear I Don't Love Hoes from me or I Know You Don't Love Me. Mm-hmm. Stuff like that. So, I mean, you know, people like us, we have the power to make aggressive records and we have the power to make commercial records too. So, you know, it's a catch-22 to everything to me, you know?
So where do you see the group in 5 years as a result kind of going on from that?
Where do I see the group going in 5 years from now?
Yeah.
I see the group, man. I mean, you know, like we have all kinds of businesses. Like it don't stop. We got the video game coming out in the winter time. Fourth quarter, Elephant in the Sand. You know what I mean? We're all doing movies right now. Banks is into adult films. He has 2 Avion Awards he had previously. His first adult film was a success, Groupie Love. And me, I'm doing all kinds of acting right now. I have movies being thrown at me. You know, I currently was on the set with De Niro and Pacino and 50 for Righteous Kills, as well as Donnie Wahlberg, and, you know, 50 shooting a movie with Val Kilmer and Sharon Stone right now. So our hands is into everything. You know, our hands is into real estate. You know, we own homes. You know, we some smart guys here, man. And, you know, we see, I think the next step, I see the next step being films. I could see myself being a big director or producer or something doing with films. Because, you know, 50, he's getting us, that's like our new hustle. But, you know, we never forget the music because the music is our original love. That's my first love. That's where I lost my virginity to, the music. Anything else in the game that comes along, you know, comes with it, you know, we're just going to go hard. Like I said, we just have a lot of things going on. So in the next couple of years, I see us just getting more money, getting more richer, and wanting more. You know, I know Banks want more, I know I want more, and I know 50 always wants more. So, I mean, you know, it's all about a hustle.
And sort of going on from that, you were scheduled to play KRS in an upcoming BDP film. How did that come about?
Well, you know, people, I guess they see my hypeness on the stage, and like what I bring to G-Unit is the energy. You know, Banks, he's the punchline king, hands down. 50, he's the ultimate songwriter, hands down. And I'm like the energy god of the group. So, I mean, you know, when you look at KRS-One, you see energy. Only a couple of people can play his part. You know what I mean? Jumping around stage like that. But, yeah, I'm actually headed towards the city to see about the film right now. Okay. I'm ready to, you know, see what's going on with that.
Now, you lot are really famous for the mixtape grind, and what you've done now is you've sort of converted mixtapes into also a video form with This Is 50. Most of your songs are now coming out with a video. What inspired the push to just go to videos more than just mixtapes?
Thanks. You want to answer that one?
Oh man, well the viral wave is something. It's new. You know what I mean? And it just takes people from being able to admire your music, you know, just through their ears, actually being able to get a visual to it also. Like, you know, right now, like, if I just sat here and recorded and had a cameraman record me while I'm talking to you and the website and everything else, like, it'd be thousands of people that's paying attention to this every other minute. You understand what I'm saying? So the computer is on demand. You can demand to see anything you want to see it anytime you want to see it, from TV to records, whatever you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like you have to find new ways to market yourself as an artist, because you can't leave it all up to the label, because even the label is trying to find what's the next wave. So sometimes as an artist, you got to go out there, and that's what This Is 50 does. This50.com, you know, you can actually see, instead of just hearing us talking about our world tours and how the experiences are, you can actually see it. We have, you know, interactive live feed capabilities. You can see what we're doing at the exact time. And it's interesting, and we're definitely trying to dominate that side of the market.
Cool. How many songs in total were recorded for Terminate On Sight?
Too many to even place them, because we actually, to be honest with you, when we put out the first mixtape, Return of the Body Snatchers, I thought we were working on TOS, you know, and that's just because, you know, this 50 just does things like that, man, to keep you on your toes. You know what I'm saying? Any given time, you can call us out, and we'll be in the studio for 2 days and record 16 songs. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really, we didn't go in the studio like that. Like, we're going to make records for the mixtape and make records for the album. Every record we make, you know, we want it to be the quality of you know, being on an album. And that's how it happened. Some records went to the mixtape, some records went to the album. Some records that went to the mixtape turned into singles. You know what I'm saying? So we always try to think big, recording every record.
Cool. What are you currently listening to outside of G-Unit?
Okay. Outside of G-Unit?
Yeah.
I'm not really listening. Boy, I just bought a whole bunch of CDs. No, I don't. One of them dudes that kind of stay stuck on CDs. So of course I got the Machiavelli album in my car. I got Life After Death in my car. I got the Chronic, the first one. I got Snoop Doggy Style in my car. I got Illmatic in my car. I got Prodigy's album in my car. Both of them. You know what I mean? So it depends on what the day is and what I'm feeling like. But I listen to the radio also.
What I got in my car, you know what's crazy? I got Movado in my car. I got Michael Jackson in my car. I got Alicia Keys in my car. I got the Chronic. I got the Chronic in my car. Got a whole bunch of stuff. But I listen to all different kinds of music. You know what I mean? Like I said, I can go to Jamaican, Movado, I like him. I can go on Michael Jackson, you know what I mean? PYT, you know what I mean? Pretty Young Thing. I like that joint. You know what I'm saying? I listen to various music. You know what I mean?
Cool. How is Blood in the Sand coming along?
Oh, Blood in the Sand. That video game is gonna be so sick when people see the graphics for it. It's gonna be compared to like Grand Theft Auto 4.
Nice.
So you know, like, everybody thinks that like that right there. That's the ultimate hood game to play. Grand Theft Auto 4. Blood in the Sand. Crazy.
And what about solo records? I know that you're both working on something there as well. Do you have any developments on your own individual records?
Oh, of course, man. You know, Banks, me and Banks we all had solo projects before. You know, mine was Storage of Predicate Felon. I did 800,000 on a tour on house arrest, so I was happy about that. I didn't get a chance to really promote. And, you know, I'm happy about the forthcoming projects that we got coming, projects we got coming. You know, I got over 60 records. I know Banks has probably like over 100. Because Banks writes like Eminem. I say I write like 50. I have spurts. You know, Banks and Eminem stay in the studio every day. That's why Eminem will call Banks home. Like, that's Eminem. Banks is Eminem's favorite. You know what I mean? Because their writing capabilities are astronomical. Like when they write and how they ride the beat. You know.
Cool. What are your thoughts on Obama being the Democratic nominee?
Oh, man, I mean, I think it's cool. You know, everybody wants to change, you know. I think it doesn't matter what color or race as long as, you know, we get to change something different. You know what I mean? So it's cool to see a black man in there, you know, and a woman running for, you know, presidential candidacy or whatever you want to call it. And cool, but I can't vote because I have felonies, so I don't know. I'm really not into the politics.
Okay. What do you feel is the biggest misconception people have of G-Unit?
Go ahead. I know what I'm going to say. I'm going to let James.
I mean, the biggest misconception to me is that we ain't hungry. For some reason, I think people seem to feel like we're content. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you have to control your destiny. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's the biggest misconception. And I just think the business savvy, I think, kind of like overshadows the actual talent. You know, and people are sadly mistaken. Like, all the haters, they're sadly mistaken if they feel like this is it, or, you know, what else can you do, or are they still hungry? Like, I don't always go off of the positives. Like, look at what, you know, all the positive things and how many people are in the Forbes, and those things motivate me, but how many people go to the gravesite motivates me too, because it reminds me I'm living. And I got to live to the fullest, you understand what I'm saying? Because I got friends in jail that I ain't going to never see again, and in the grave also. So I just think G-Unit is more appreciative of what's going on, and I think that a lot of people have to understand that. Like, it's not all about the cars and the houses and the diamonds, and we actually were fans of music for over, you know what I mean, since little kids.
Cool.
I think, for me, I think the biggest misconception is that niggas is troublemakers, you know what I mean? Like, and it don't even be like that. A lot of dramas that you see, like the Fat Joes, the Games, the Bucks, and all the stuff that you see really be them starting it. You know, a whole lot of time and we finish it. So I would think that's the biggest misconception. I mean, that we start the trouble. You know, and it doesn't even be like rap. It's friendly competition, but sometimes it just gets carried away. I mean, that's what Terminate On Sight means. Everybody's competition. Everybody.
Now, I've got this joke question that I always ask, and it's basically, a la Fight Club, if you could fight any celebrity, who would you fight? Now, I've had answers from Gary Coleman to Elijah Muhammad, Star Jones. So, if Lloyd Banks...
I know that one. You want to go first?
Whichever one wants to go first is great.
Who you fight?
I'll fight Bill O'Reilly.
And would you win?
You fight Bill O'Reilly? That's a good one. You know what I think I would fight?
Who would you fight?
Who's that? Oh, that's a good one. What I fight? That's a good one. I think I would like to fight Fat Joe.
Okay. And why is that?
He's fat and slow, man. I think I could take that guy. Fat and slow, man. I mean, just see Suge just got knocked out, man. Anybody can get it, man. You know what I mean?